The time is 6:31 p.m. in the Louisville Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of Tuesday, September 20th, 2016 is now called to order, and we do have a quorum present. First item is approval of the minutes of the September 6th, 2016 meeting. If there's any corrections or additions, if not, may I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Kristen, seconded by William. Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item number 3 is a public hearing for plats. Item 3A is the final plat of Rigel Addition, lots 1 and 2, Block A, containing a 0.6936 acres. It is zoned single-family residential, R7.5, located on the east side of Charles Street. It's approximately 165 feet north of Yale Avenue, and a portion being replat of Bunker Addition, Lot 2, Block A.
Good evening, Commissioners. The final plat of the Regal Addition, there are no variances being requested. It is a replat of a portion of one lot. They're simply moving some lot lines, making one lot larger, and platting a second lot that was not previously platted. Staff would recommend approval.
Commissioners, questions? Okay, thank you, Mary. This time we'll open up the public hearing. Anyone that wishes to speak, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Comments? Concerns? Okay, then may I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by William,
Second.
seconded by Mary Ellen. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Item number 4 is public hearing. There are 3 items. Public hearing 4A is consideration of a zone change request from Light Industrial L1 to Old Town Mixed Use 2 District, OTMU2. This is on 0.517 acres. It's in the Keeley Addition, being part of Lot 7 and all of Lots 8, 9, and 10, Block 7. Further identified as 231 East Church Street and 219 East Church Street, as requested by Robert Gavett on behalf of Les Moore Construction, the property owner, case number PZ 2016-0924. Mary?
Good evening, Commissioners. This particular piece of property is located on the northwest corner of Harris and Church. It is a vacant piece of property, currently zoned light industrial, which would allow the applicant is actually looking to purchase the property and build a Domino's Pizza with a limited seating restaurant on it. The light industrial zoning that it currently has would allow that type of use, but the Old Town Mixed Use 2 gives it greater flexibility and also complies with the Old Town Master Plan. So staff would recommend approval of the zone change request to Old Town Mixed Use 2. Do you have any questions?
No? Okay, thank you. This time we'll open up the public hearing. Anyone that wishes to speak, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, comments? No. All right, then may I have a motion on item 4A?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Kristen,
Second.
seconded by Alvin. Those in favor signify aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Richard?
Mr. Chairman, this item will be considered by the City Council at a second public hearing they'll be making a final decision on Tuesday, October the 17th, 2016 at 7:00 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the next is 4B and 4C. I'm going to read both of them together because they're connected. Item 4B is public hearing, consideration of zone change request from Light Industrial L1 to Warehouse District, WH, on a 17.007 acres. It's legally described as Keeley Park Addition. Lots 1A, 1B, 1C, and 2 further identified as 902 North Mill Street, requested by Robert Schneeberg of Gonzalez and Schneeberg Engineers and Surveyors Incorporated, on behalf of Chris Holmes, Builders First Source, the property owner. This is PZ 2016-0925. Item C is consideration of the special use permit for the same property, wholesale established with outside storage on a 17.007 acres, legally described as Keeley Park Edition, lots 1A, 1B, 1C, and 2, further identified as 902 North Mill Street, as requested by Robert Schneeberg of Gonzalez and Schneeberg Engineers and Surveyors Incorporated, on behalf of Chris Holmes, Builders First Choice, the property owner, case number SUP 2016-0909.
Commissioners, these are two separate items. However, I will be discussing them together. However, you will be voting on them separately. So the one item is relating to a zone change request from light industrial to warehouse zoning. And the second request is for the special use permit on the piece of property. So two separate things, but interrelated. The 17-acre piece of property is located on the east side of North Mill Street between the DCTA rail line and Prairie Creek. Even though it has a North Mill Street address, it doesn't actually front Mill Street. There's a driveway entrance on Mill Street. There are other lots on Mill Street that actually front Mill Street. The existing site's divided into 4 lots. 3 of the 4 are currently occupied by the existing facility. What they're looking at doing is expanding. They're a lumber company. They back up to the rail line. So part of their shipments come in through rail on a rail spur. And then they deliver their wholesale business. So they have a good access to I-35 as well as 121. So with the exploding housing industry and construction industry, there's been a big increase in the demand for lumber and lumber products. And this is what this company does. So they are looking to rezone it to warehouse, which really is more compliant with the type of operation that they do. They do have I believe, a 18,000 square foot building on site, but the rest of their site is open storage with some sheds and other things that are not under canopy. So the zone change will rezone it to warehouse, which is in keeping with the use of the property as a wholesale lumber yard. The second or companion item deals with the special use permit. So we did change our ordinances a few years back, and we have incorporated the special use permit process in our development. With the wholesale lumber yard, the special use permit will improve the aesthetics of the site and bringing it up to compliance with not only our engineering site plan, but surpassing other things. The type of improvements that they're proposing on site is building improvements. So they are going to renovate 2 of the existing visible sides, the southern side and the western elevations, with a stucco finish and manufactured stone wainscot on a portion of the building. The rest of the building, which is not really visible, will remain metal with a fresh coat of paint. In terms of screening and improvements, currently the existing site has a chain link fence surrounding it. What they're proposing is to replace that chain link fence and put a wooden fence there. With the improvements to the site, they will also have a Keeley driveway. And they're proposing a masonry screening wall on that entrance. So the remainder of the site will have a wood fence, and the Keeley side will have a masonry wall or masonry fence. In terms of landscaping, it's limited to the driveway entrance on Mill Street, because really all they do is have literally just the driveway. On the Keely side, where they have a longer frontage or streetscape, they will be providing a 25-foot landscape buffer that will incorporate trees and crepe myrtle shrubs and other landscaping elements. Signage, they are proposing 2 monument signs, one at each entrance, that will basically have their name and their address. So the site has been home to various lumber companies for several decades. The Builders for Source has been in business in Louisville at this location for almost 20 years. There's a big boom for their type of product, and they're looking to expand. They are providing several aesthetic improvements, landscaping, and screening. This will also help with this new entrance off of Keely with our efforts on expanding Valley Ridge through. So it'll take traffic off of Mill Street and divert it to the new Valley Ridge getting onto 121. So staff would recommend approval both of the zone change request and the special use permit being requested. Do you have any questions?
There's a large wooded area on the northwest side of that, northeast side. Is zoned light industrial now? Does that have any future other than light industrial?
So that's on the other side of the proposed Valley Ridge, and I think that's going to be an industrial park.
Okay. Questions? Okay, thank you, Mary. First, we will open the public hearing on 4B, which is consideration of a zone change. Anyone wishing to come forward and speak, please do so, and sign in and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed for item 4B, consideration of a zone change request. Commissioners, comments, questions, concerns? If not, may I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Moved and approved by Mary Ellen. Seconded by William. Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Item 4C is the consideration of the special use permit for that same property. Public hearing is now open. Anyone who wishes to speak, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Same thing, any comments, concerns, questions? If not, may I have a motion?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Motion by Kristen.
Okay.
Second.
And seconded by Alvin to approve as presented. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
Mr. Chairman, both of these items will be considered by the City Council, who will hold 2 additional public hearings on each of these items on Monday, October the 17th, 2016 at 7:00 p.m.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes this business. Then we'll take a 10-minute recess and we'll have a Transportation Board meeting.
Oh, we need to adjourn?
Pardon?
Do we need to adjourn this?
No, not yet. Okay. May I have a motion to adjourn
I'm sorry.
by Mary Ellen,
Move to adjourn. Second.
seconded by Kristen. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.